The ongoing pandemic has been creating an immense havoc to the mankind existence. So we need to understand more about the structure of the coronavirus, how it replicates and how it infects a person. All that we will discuss in this section, right? So this is the basic structure of the coronavirus. So the spike proteins present here, they give an appearance just like corona, and so they named it as coronavirus. And this coronavirus disease 2019 is caused by SARS-CoV-2, right? So severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus 2. And this coronavirus belongs to the genus Beta coronavirus and family Coronaviridae. So understanding the structure of this coronavirus, very first we have a membrane called bilipid membrane which contains many transmembrane proteins embedded in it, right? So when we wash our hands with soap or alcohol based sanitizer, this bilipid membrane is primarily destroyed. So we can prevent the infection of this coronavirus. Then coming to the very next structure here, spike proteins. Spike proteins, they play a very important role in binding with angiotensin converting enzyme 2 receptor of alveoli in the lungs. That is the reason why lungs are the first and foremost infected organs in a human being affected with this coronavirus, right? So again, the next structure we have here is hemogglutinin acetylesterases, and together with another important protein called as envelope protein, and here there is another structure which is called membrane protein. Right? So this hemagglutinin acetylesterases and membrane protein, they help in effective binding of these spike proteins with the angiotensin converting enzyme 2 receptor of alveoli of the lungs, right? And we have another important protein called as envelope protein which give flexibility to this coronavirus, right? And the central core of the coronavirus, here you can see the single stranded positive RNA which is binded with some nucleocapsid phosphoproteins. So this is the basic structure of this coronavirus, right? So now let us understand how this coronavirus infects a healthy human being. So this is the cell, host cell, right? The spike proteins here, they are binding with the angiotensin. This is angiotensin converting enzyme 2 receptor, right? So when it binds to this receptor, immediately there will be the fusion of this viral membrane with the host cell membrane to facilitate the entry of the viral RNA. See, this is the point where the person is infected with this coronavirus but asymptomatic. So after the viral RNA enters into the host cell, the host machinery gets confused. It means that the viral RNA hacks the host machinery, confuses the host mRNA and start translating the viral RNA. So when the translation starts, okay, it starts from 5' region to the 3' region. We all know very well, right? The host ribosomes, they come and fix over this viral RNA, treating that it is a host mRNA and start translating. The very first sequence to be translated is leader sequence. This leader sequence enables the proper alignment of the host ribosomes. That means binding of the host ribosome properly to this viral RNA. Then the very next region to be translated is UTR region, right? So this UTR region regulates the entire translation process. And set of important proteins are translated here. Before that, another region is translated, that is replicase. The production of replicase enzyme takes place here. Yes. So let us give a structure to the replicase enzyme. This is the structure of replicase enzyme, just an identity to identify the replicase enzyme. The very next important protein, set of proteins are translated, right? So very first protein is spike protein translated first, then another protein called as, let us give another color to this. So envelope protein is translated, then another protein is membrane protein, alright. So these are the three important proteins first translated. So this is spike protein, and this is membrane protein, and this is envelope protein. After the translation of these three set of proteins, they are transported into the endoplasmic reticulum, right? So this is the structure of endoplasmic reticulum. Into the endoplasmic reticulum, they come in non-glycosylated form. So let us draw the pictures of spike protein. This is membrane protein and this is envelope protein in the non-glycosylated form. Right? What is glycosylation? Attachment of a carbohydrate to its functional group, right? So these three proteins, they get glycosylated and they are transported into the Golgi apparatus. Here is the Golgi apparatus. Through vesicular transport, they are being transported to the Golgi apparatus, and then there they get polymerized, right? This is the spike protein and then membrane protein, and this is envelope protein. They get glycosylated and they start polymerization and form a beautiful capsid here, right? With all the spike protein, and here is a membrane protein, and then another important protein called as envelope protein. So with all the three proteins, like how here we have seen the basic structure, the same way the capsid is formed here in the Golgi apparatus after the polymerization, and now it is ready to make the entry of the viral RNA after the replication process. Now let us see how replication starts here. Now the ribosome, host ribosome, it produces, here is the replicase enzyme, right? And now this replicase enzyme, it starts replicating the viral RNA. We know that always the replicase enzyme reads from 3' region and synthesize a strand in the complementary sequence, right? Anti-parallel direction. This is the positive mRNA, right? And now viral RNA. Now it starts replicating the replicase enzyme from the 3' direction. That is, it becomes a 5' and this becomes 3', right? So the yield of this replication will be the negative strand. So this negative strand, it only participates in the replication process. It remains in the cytoplasm and produces multiple number of copies. So here you have to remember one thing. Why the host ribosome is translating the viral RNA? Because the viral RNA, it is hacking the host machinery. It is confusing the host ribosome, and then the host ribosome, it starts translating the viral RNA and yielding multiple number of viral RNA copies by the process of replication. Now after production of this negative strand, this is acting as a template. Now it synthesizes many more viral RNAs, right? It is yielding many positive stranded viral RNA. Now this viral RNA, it remains here before synthesizing one more important protein called as here nucleocapsid phosphoproteins. Nucleocapsid phosphoproteins. Now these nucleocapsid phosphoproteins are binded with this viral RNA, and this viral RNA is now ready to move into the capsid which is present in the Golgi apparatus. Now this viral RNA binds with nucleocapsid proteins and get back into the capsid structure. On polymerization, it produces many capsids, and this cycle repeats continuously. So as long as the copies are being produced, they go and bind with this nucleocapsid proteins, and then they settle down in the copies. So and multiple number of viruses are being prepared here in this Golgi apparatus with viral RNA, right? So now the host ribosome, let us talk this translation process more. Now this viral RNA, it glides over the UTR sequence, 3' untranslated region, and then it moves forward, and there it finds a pseudonode structure like this, right? This pseudonode structure is very important from where the exact replication starts, right? So what is this pseudonode structure? Usually the base pairing takes place in a continuous strands, right, in this way. But in the pseudonode structure, the base pairing, this is the loop and this is the stem, right? So the base pairing takes place in opposite way, that means from loop to the stem, okay? So in this translation process, whenever there is an appearance of pseudonode structure like this, it means that the replication starts from that point. Now the host ribosomes glides over the poly A tail, okay? So poly A tail, when it glides to the poly A tail, that means translation is over. Why it has to glide? The host ribosome has to glide to the poly A tail because to protect the enzymatic degradation of this viral RNA, so it glides over the poly A tail and there ends the translation process. Now completely all the set of proteins are present, okay, and the capsule is ready and the viral RNA has been replicated. Still it is producing the viral RNA, many more copies are being produced. All the copies are settled down in this, just settled down in this capsids, and now this viral RNA, okay, in the capsid is ready to infect the other person. These encapsulated virus structures, they rupture out and they move into the peripheral, right, peripheral region. Whenever the person sneezes or coughs out, the respiratory droplets which contains these viral RNA, they get spilled out, okay, and that gets infected to the other person. See, infection can be of different modes: droplet infection, contact infection, right, aerosols infections. So many methods of infections are there. Only thing we have to do is we have to protect ourselves by wearing the mask, okay, so that we can protect others and ourselves from the droplet or respiratory droplets infections. And due to the mutations in this viral structure, the spike proteins have been modified themselves due to the mutations, right? And a new variant was identified. The vaccine which was discovered for the COVID-19 disease, that is coronavirus disease 2019, is not so effective with the new variant because the RNA of this virus has undergone through set of mutations and it has changed the structure of spike proteins, right? So on December 14, 2019, the new variant was identified in a female of 25 years in UK, right? So the variant was named as VUI 2020-12/1, right? Variant under investigation 2020, which was identified in the 12th month, okay, and the variant is very first variant. So this is the variant of SARS-CoV-2, right? Severe acute respiratory syndrome, coronavirus 2. And Ravi Gupta of Cambridge University, he told that infection is 70% more than the previously identified SARS-CoV-2. It means that the virus is trying to escape the vaccine. It is on the pathway. Okay, it has enough potentiality to escape the vaccination nowadays. So it is our responsibility to know more about this coronavirus and protect ourselves and our loved ones from this pandemic coronavirus.